How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTC Reaper, and my goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading, whether price is going up or down. So our first article in news, only 4 people controlled Tether as of 2018. Forgot to highlight this, but this article basically says that Tether was started by, a plastic surgeon named Giancarlo da Vinci and a child actor, Brock Pierce. They started in September 2014 in the Virgin Islands. 4 years later, Pierce left the company, and Da Vinci, however you say that, I'm terrible at names, owned about 43% Tether. He also helped build Bitfinex, where he is currently the Chief Financial Officer. Bitfinex's CEO, Jean-Louis van der Velde, and Chief Counsel Stuart Hogener each owned roughly 15% of Tether in 2018. The 4th largest shareholder in 2018 was a man with dual citizenship known as Christopher Harborn in the United Kingdom and Chakrit Sungkrit in Thailand, who owned 13%. Early their holdings, so they wound up controlling about 86%. But ever since then, I think, this is just some FUD. And then right here it says, since 2021, New York Attorney General went after them, and they had to pay some fines, and ever since then they had to submit periodic disclosures of their reserves. So they have to have the money that they claim to have ever since they were caught not having enough money before. So the FUD that we had, it should pretty much be dismissed at this point. Another bit of news, Coinbase stock jumped 26% after a class action lawsuit was dismissed. A New York judge dismissed the lawsuit in New York that alleged 79 tokens offered by the exchange were unregistered securities and were inappropriately sold directly to customers that had failed to register as a broker-dealer. People were basically saying that here, we'll go on to this real quick. It was brought on behalf of customers who sought refunds and token purchases, trading fees, and losses that they potentially incurred on the platform. They tossed out the lawsuit because plaintiffs' failure to prove Coinbase was an immediate seller or held the title of the tokens. So Coinbase was never in ownership of these tokens like the lawsuit was alleging. Another rejected component was that the suit accused Coinbase of soliciting token sales by offering information about cryptocurrencies that could be purchased on the exchange. So they're trying to go after the learn and earn and say it was a big Ponzi scheme instead of something trying to get new people to learn about some other projects that have been around in crypto for a while. The court order delivered Wednesday references elements of Coinbase's user agreement that flatly contradict allegations put forth in the lawsuit, according to Judge Elmler. The user agreement plainly states that users do not deal directly with Coinbase when trading on Coinbase, and that Coinbase acts as an agreement facility transacting. So they just say they're the book for you buying and selling from Bob, and Bob selling to you. So they don't ever hold the coins in a way that a traditional stockbroker would hold the assets that they are selling to people. Additionally, the user agreement tells customers that the title of ownership for the digital assets remains with them is not transferred to Coinbase at any time. There are still some other lawsuits in New Jersey and Georgia. The one in Georgia represents 100 people seeking $5 million and accuses that the exchange is failing to secure customer accounts and flouting federal securities laws, amongst some other allegations. If it's similar to this lawsuit that just got dismissed, it's possible that this could set a precedent, which could also set precedents for other coins like XRP. because this could mean that the secondary market sales of XRP are not a security. NFL reveals first Super Bowl Metaverse concert in Roblox. So the league announced Thursday they want to host a virtual Super Bowl concert. They're going to have hip-hop artist Saweetie. The concert will be launching during the Super Bowl weekend on Roblox. It'll start February 10th and it'll be in the Rhythm City Roblox game. The concert will replay 31 times every hour until Super Bowl Sunday. So this is a moment. So Saweetie, she said, "I'm really excited to bring this iconic moment to the Metaverse and share my music with a whole new audience in such a unique way." Wow, I can't talk today. Roblox is not a Web3 game, meaning that it's not built around NFTs or other blockchain-based technologies. It's a traditional Web2 game. This is basically a way for the NFL to get their viewers and fans together in a setting like a metaverse without needing to jump into creating a wallet and getting everything linked it like you would with a blockchain technology. So this is more of a way to kind of introduce them into this idea. So now onto the charts. Over on the daily, we got a long upper shadow candle with a red drop. So we busted way through up to the top of our extreme again, and then we wound up falling down. I believe that jump was pretty close to yesterday, and then it tried to mimic it, or last night's video, and then it tried to mimic it this afternoon and then fell down again. Our momentum wave is still coming down, however our VWAP looks like it wants to just jump over this neutral line into the bullish territory. We could form a double top here if we do manage to keep getting this bearish momentum. However, we can have a bullish candle followed by a bearish candle, so we'll kind of have to see what happens from here, as that's some indecision. The 4 hour, we do have a red dot. Our VWAP is coming down, however our momentum wave isn't really coming down too aggressively. If we look on our volume profile, you can see we're bouncing off the lower end of this gap. Should have no problem falling lower here to this line at least. This bigger volume area is where I'd expect to get stuck on a little bit more. However, this is a little bit higher of an area than like down here or in here, so it is a decent sticking point still. If we look at that volume profile from the daily here, you can see we're just above this red line. We touched down on it again, which is weakening that line. However, we're also weakening our resistances as well. So just going back and forth. Our 2 hour, our momentum wave is coming down and our VWAP's coming down. We do have this red dot. We have a red X that did print on the last 2 hour candle. However, we're starting to come up. It could be just a retest of this pattern. As you see, we're retesting it, and then we may be able to come back down from here. If we do break back into the pattern, we could start having some bullish momentum. If you look at the 1 hour, our momentum's pretty oversold, and our VWAP's coming up, and our momentum's starting to curl up. So the lower time frame, we could get some push up. If we look at the hour, kind of looking bearish. Our momentum wave's about to break this zero line. However, our VWAP's trying to come up, but sort of curled away. If you look, it was coming up and then bent away a little bit. So if that bend keeps on going on the 1 hour, we could see it drag the other time frames lower. So we're pretty much in some indecision. We did try to break and hold these two patterns, however that got rejected today. So it could be we get rejected here after this attempt to push up, which is about to close in like 50 seconds. We could then start to fall from there as we weren't able to break this. See, the 5 minute, we're getting a little bit of a reversal arrow, which we're kind of going flat. We're getting some manipulation X's, so kind of like how we were here where we're just flat getting random signals. Sometimes these can point us upwards, as If you get a little bit of a dip like we did have here, so if this arrow would have been a little further back, it could have indicated a push up. However, when it's just on some flat area, it's not really too reliable. And I find those arrows aren't too great on these lower time frames anyways. It's more on looking at your supports and your resistances that you have. So if we look at the 1 hour, we are starting to pull back right away. So we'll just kind of have to watch. Our momentum wave did just print into this bearish area. So we'll have to watch how this 1 hour candle forms. And if we do start to pull back from here and break this SMA line, then that could be indicative of some downtrend, which if that were to happen, this double top does have the potential to bring us down to 21.5, 21.6 area. As you take from the top to the neckline, actually I have my neckline a little high, pull this down, so maybe about 22k. And if we don't hold there, then we could see around this 21.3 level where we have our previous area that we broke up from. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a wonderful night.